But next we'll go, we got our surprises like coaches. And a big reason some players, coaches help a lot, especially with some rookies. Some rookies, they need the really good
That's
coaches to
real.
get where they got to be. So we're going to go with our rookie of the year. And we're going to start this one over with Marlon. Marlon, who you got as
Yeah.
your rookie of the year?
I feel like this is a queen. You got me saying it too. Queen sweep, clean sweep as well. Because I think it's a clear Lamelo, and not even the hype thing. Because I mean, he is a pretty exciting player, but it's mostly the storyline of it. But as far as just results on the court, like he's actually contributing to a solid team. Like I thought that the Hornets was going to be like the worst team in the league, damn near.
Buns.
And yeah, and there's a lot of teams that are actually uh, doing like a lot better than you would expect. Like you got like you said, the Bulls, the Knicks, and then the Hornets. And Melo is a big piece of that. And I like how you see his progression throughout the year. Like it's like been kind of slow, but it's also been steady, and it hasn't been like there hasn't been a big like inconsistency. It's been a consistent performance. Like he's averaging 15, 6, and 6, which are really good numbers for a guy who's a veteran. But for a
Yeah.
rookie, that's really good. And it and the part that I like about him that I was unsure about is he's actually making really good decisions, and
Mm-hmm.
he's taking he's shooting pretty efficiently too. So I think it's Lamelo. But honorable mention is Tyrese Halliburton. I didn't know too much about him, but
Me
I
either.
know Stephen A wanted him to go to the Knicks, and I think that would have been a really good pickup for the Knicks. But he just playing really well, like kind of almost like Lamelo. Like he just fits a role really well.
Mm-hmm.
He's a six man. I think he's like a shooting guard or a small forward, but
He plays like the point and shooting guard. He's like a 6'5" shooting
oh
guard.
okay, but yeah, he's a I really like players like that kind of just fit into their role and do exactly what they're supposed to do,
Yeah.
and that's really good coming from a guy that's a young player because that's something you kind of expect from like an older veteran guy. So I think he has a good career ahead of him. And shout out to Lamelo too.
Go ahead, Chowdy.
Yeah, I mean, I got Lamelo too. Basically for the same reasons, but just a couple key points I think I've looked at outside of the numbers. I'll get to the numbers in a second, but like Charlotte is just like everyone's tuning in to like watch that team. Like even though they're sitting at an 8 spot, there's people are like, Charlotte's a problem, and like they have good young players. Like they just needed someone to kind of push them. And I think Lamelo is like he's definitely come in with like this like according to like everyone in the league, LaMelo has like this like positive energy around him, and like which is surprising to me because I followed the Ball family and he always seemed like he was never really like kind of locked in. He was always like they always called it like a Kardashian vibe, but
Mm-hmm.
like now but I could see it like in things that I've watched. Like he's just
Basketball is a priority.
excited. He's just excited to be there, and he's making the right play. He's the first guy you see hyping up Malik Monk yesterday after a game winner. Like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, like it goes a long way. Like everyone, like people are gonna want to play with that kid. But I mean, yeah, his numbers. He was averaging 14, 6, and 6 on the season, but like since he got inserted into the starting lineup, he's sitting at 20. He's sitting at 20.6 assists, 6 rebounds. Like that's crazy.
That
Like as a
is.
Yeah, he
rookie,
jumped.
like yeah. So and obviously like the media votes for that, and like the media is all about LaMelo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but my second, who I have runner up, is Tyrese Halliburton as well. He's kind of he averages like almost the same numbers, but he doesn't have the balls much, so they're a little bit lower. And I'm surprised of like how well he fits in Sacramento, to be honest. Because like when they picked him, I was like, that's a great pick, like at 12 or 13 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But like
12, yeah.
they have De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield and like guys that like already have the ball in their hands. I'm like, how is that gonna work? Like, but I mean, he's come in and like you Marlon said, he plays his role. So and he's also like he seems like a kid who's just excited to be there no matter what his role is right now. And shout out to both of them for making it work because they didn't really have a preseason. Usually that's where rookies kind of get their footing, and like both of
Yeah.
them have kind of just used the
Yeah, that's a
season
good
and
point.
just taken what they can.
Yeah. And
Shout out to both of them.
one thing I wanted to throw into was what you said about LaMelo Ball. He's coming in with the attitude and of a leader, and the players around him really embraced it. But one thing I really think helped him was actually playing professionally. So
Yeah,
he has a veteran mindset as a 19-year-old, which is crazy because a lot of
Hmm.
players don't have that. A lot of them they're kids when they come in. He's still a kid, but he's played with grown men already. So he
Yeah.
knows that. And he also has his brother Lonzo who's in the league. So he's probably talked to him, he's mentored him. he's gonna listen to him. He's his
And
older brother.
he's been playing against older guys since he was young too.
Yeah, he played what? He played when he was like in what fourth grade, playing with like Lonzo, like
Yeah.
in travel. So it's crazy how everything worked in that way. And I wanted to go one more thing about how you were saying because I have LaMelo as my rookie of the year. It's a clean sweep.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out Halliburton. It's this one's not really a discussion. But one thing, everyone's tuning into Hornets games, and it's not just because of the players, because of those announcers, bro. Those announcers are amazing. Like I don't
feel
know
like
if
I've heard some stuff, but I can't
because
remember
when
any specific
I'm like,
ones.
I love it when Miles Bridges dunks the ball because he's like Miles Bridges, and it's like, relax, bro. Like like they're nuts. Like
Damn, they're
I
fighting.
I want them to announce the All-Star game. I really want them to do the All-Star game. I think it'd be amazing because this dude screams. I don't know how he has a voice after the games.
I gotta
Um,
look that up.
but I really like LaMelo. He proved a lot of people wrong. A lot of people thought he was gonna be a bust, especially because of his shooting. And one thing a lot of people always talked about, he couldn't shoot free throws. He's shooting 80% from the free throw line this year.
And he gets to the line.
He's really good. He's shooting 35% from three. You want to see that improve? But for a rookie, that's solid. That's really solid. And he's actually one of 8 rookies ever to average 10, 5, 5, and a steal and a half in the first 30 games of the season. So he's doing historical things.
Yeah.
And he's only going to build up from here. The sky's the limit for this dude. I mean, when you're a 6'8" point guard, I mean, you're going to kill it.
And not just, he has a handle too. Really good handle.
Yeah. And I just want to give one more shout out. He's not going to win Rookie of the Year. But shout out Anthony Edwards for the dunk of the season.
Yeah.